Ben has been playing football for us the last 4 years. Over the last 4 years, you've been able to see his knowledge of the game expand and start understanding, the reason why we have, certain assignments that he needs to do, with certain plays. You can see not only with this, the knowledge when that is expanding, you can start seeing, how his assignments have picked up over the years as well. Example, this last week, just on our crackback, when we go lead option into one receiver set, Ben has become a little more aggressive with that block. He understands, essentially I will say the importance of that with regards to that, if we get that block, we're out on the corner on one-on-one. Ben is a very coachable young man. He's, probably using the term outside of football, I think he's a very caring young man. He cares about what he does on the field and how he interacts with other people as well. He's excellent. We can go up and we talk to him, and I guess this probably even comes back to the knowledge base there. But we can go up and say, "Hey Ben, what did you see out there?" And he's able to come and tell us, exactly what we need to hear and stuff. So he interacts very, very well with us. I think Ben's strength. Now, the first thing is he's a young man that's 6'6". He's 6'6", and now he only weighs 180 pounds. However, I think that is a frame that is going to be able to put on quite a few pounds, okay, like most of us will. But anyway, I think that his height is probably one of his major assets. The other thing to go wrong with that height is he does have some nice hands. One of the things that will really help Ben is if he gets on a more stringent weight program. I think with the more stringent weight program, it'll help with his speed. Now, how he runs his routes, precisely, he does a real nice job with that. The one thing that he does need to increase on is his overall speed, and I think that will come with the weights, and I think that will also help his strength considerably. We've asked Ben, I think over the years, to probably play assortment of different positions. Not only have we asked him to play offensively, but we've also asked him to do some things defensively. We've experimented as a defensive lineman, one of our defensive ends. We've taken looks at him there. The thing that we found was we think that he's more valuable to us on the offensive side of the ball. We've asked Ben to participate on numerous special teams, not only the extra points, but he's on the punt team as well. And I think at one point during the season we also had him on the punt return team. I think one of the reasons why we've asked him to be on the special teams is because he's a very dependable young person. And what we ended up doing, in fact, we've even experimented with him a little bit at quarterback when we were going through some quarterback problems this year. And I think his knowledge of our offense put him in a position where, if needed, we could have used him as an emergency type quarterback. The other thing is, we ended up with Ben, and we've moved him to our split end position, or what we call an X. And in fact, last year, now that I think back about it, Ben played the entire season as one of our Ys, one of our tight ends. So over the course of the last 2 years, I know we have become dependent upon him and have asked him to do a lot of different things for our program. Well, there's two reasons why we've asked him to hold, I guess, for the point after, and I guess probably even a third one. But one of the major reasons we've asked him is because of how soft his hands are. He's also agile enough to get the ball turned and set and placed, exactly what we need. The other thing is he gives us a little bit of flexibility because he can throw a football as well. And I guess the other thing is, it being 6'6", it's got to be an awful high snap to get up and over his head. I think the best thing probably Ben's greatest asset, and this is something I look for from a young man, is that he's a very personable young man. You know, he's going to be a kind of kid that if he comes into the program and the coaches ask him to do something, I think they'll find that he'll give them a very positive response. He'll be one of these kind of kids that maybe as a freshman physically he hasn't matured quite to the point that he needs strength-wise, but I know that if a coach goes in and says, hey, look, we need you to put on X amount of weight, or we need you to be weightlifting, we need you to be doing this other stuff during the off season, I think that you'll find that he'll be a very cooperative young man. I would have to say, you know, him handling pressure has just been, you know, just as part of my job, and I've got to do it. You know, to be honest with you, I don't think I've really ever noticed him, you know, be fazed by it. Ben's attitude, if you're talking towards the football team or football program in general, I think Ben has an excellent attitude. You know, from the standpoint, you know, I can go up to Ben and say, hey, Ben, can you do this for us? And Ben, you know, I don't think I've ever had a negative or have heard of a negative response from the young man. You know, he comes and he'll try as hard as he can, you know, to do, you know, what we have asked of him. I think just even in the school, I've heard the same thing from his teachers. So, you know, I think there's a lot of correlation between the football field and the classroom, and I see a lot of good things coming from the young man. Ben's done an excellent job this year, especially being showing a great deal of leadership. I think during the course of this season, we've had some I don't know what you want to call it, tragedies that have taken place at the quarterback position, and I think you can really see the type of kid and the quality of leadership that he has given us this team when we had to bring in a freshman quarterback. During that first week, you could see Ben interacting constantly with the young kid. You could see him, you know, encouraging him, telling him, hey, this is what will happen on this play, and this is what you should be expecting. So I think that over the course of the year, Ben's done an excellent job being one of the leaders of this ball team that we have. You know, especially with the situation we have with our young quarterbacks, that these kids have become very dependent upon him and have thrown the ball to him numerous times this year, and he's made some, you know, heck of a lot of good catches for us. I'm going to say that we have not been able to exploit what he has to offer the team as we probably would like to have done. Just from the standpoint, you know, we've had a couple sophomores, a freshman playing quarterback. A lot of the routes that Ben runs are deeper type routes, and we've got young kids throwing the ball, and, you know, they're not able to go deep with him. I would think that if we were to have a more mature quarterback, that Ben's statistics would have improved drastically. You know, if I was looking for his most important strength or the strongest point that he might have in his character, I would definitely say Ben is a team player.
Their first song is called Unglued, and the second is called All For You. Won't you please give a big hand to Flash Red Snapper!
The next song is called All For You. My sister Hazel. Here we go.